then when you go fast, you've got no grip.
Well, yeah, they cool out, and as a result of that, they lose surface temperature. They also lose pressure.
It's going to keep raining, Dotto, because it's wet weather now.
He's saying he wants wets if it's going to keep raining.
There's the $64 million question.
And now they've got a serious nail biter in their hands because they do not want to give away track position.
We're not sure, mate. We're not sure. We're ready. We're ready. So go around. Go around.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
So Mark Dutton's been forced to play weather forecaster.
You know what
the best he could do was not sure. Restart. Off we go.
You know what I'd do? If I were them, I'd do it because Courtney will mirror them, and then it'll be a wet weather race between both of them because I don't reckon James would tough it out. It's too wet.
So our 3 championship contenders, Whincup, Winterbottom and Courtney, make up the top 3 of this race. It is belting down. They're not on wet tyres.
The question that I would ask in either of the bunkers at Vodafone, Change for the Lead or Jim Beam, is can we afford a crash? And the answer to that is no. Yeah. So look at this. If they end up in the wall, it's game over. It's going to be game over for one of these contenders if they're not careful. They've got to get on wet tyres now.
Look at this. That is so slippery, you will not believe it.
If you're down the autoscape here, you'd play the risk game, but I wouldn't play the risk game.
Oh,
James Courtney's about it.
Oh, no! He's in the fence! The boat's in the fence!
They're all in the fence! Oh, unbelievable! Top 3 in the fence. Van Gisbergen goes as well. Suddenly, Whincup has managed to keep going. Courtney's desperately trying to go within the fence.
That's stupid. I said it 15 seconds ago. They pushed that you cannot afford to have a crash in these conditions. They should have been on wets.
Particular attention to the right front.
He's got nothing on the right front. It's going nowhere.
They're all broken. Forget about it.
This is just incredible.
Damage, Brixie. The right front appears to have damage. It could be just flat. Let's have a good look. Let's just take our time. Before wet. Got damage on front right.
This could end up being a red flag, which means that if it red flags, it could backdate. I need to see where we're at in percentage terms.
But we are ready for
it's got broken front suspension.
Guys, this is when you've got to go with the driver. You've got to go with the driver's feel. When he said on the safety car at the restart, it's time for wets.
We have passed the critical 75%. It can be declared a race. We've got massively wounded cars, and if it is declared, it'll backdate
to the lap prior.
Yeah, and don't ask me what it looked like at that point because it's too much data to process.
He's going to battle to get it into pit lane. He can't steer it. No, he's got it there now.
Oh, now, I totally echo your remarks. The driver, he was saying, I need wets. They're playing way too much of a theoretical laptop game and not enough racetrack game.
It's going to be super slippery. I'm going to have to try and get you to try and turn around from around the GRM boys.
That's what.
And we're going to take our time and just make sure everything's good.
So that's what happened to Craig Lowndes' car as he went slamming into the rear of James Courtney's car. Okay.
Right out of it. Okay, let's go up. Stand under, please.
Oh, it's got a broken disc.
Okay,
it's got a broken rotor. He's going to be there forever.
We've got a rotor that's smashed in pieces, boys. Rotor smashed in pieces. Upright's broken in half. Upright broken in half.
Yeah, you can see there, because not only smashed this, but the upright is broken clean in half. That's going nowhere.
So that's one championship contender gone for the day.
Now, what's it look like at the other end of town? Because it doesn't look much prettier. It's gone too. He's going nowhere. Adrian Burgess, sporting director. This thing is broken. These two guys are going to get big fat zero.
James Courtney, to make matters worse, he's turned into the wrong garage. They're going to have to push him around and get him in the right garage. This is a mess. It is belting down in pit lane at the moment. It couldn't get any worse.
Guys, where is Winterbottom? Because if these blokes score zeros, Winterbottom you're going to have to focus on here because he could grab points. He's down in 13th. What's the state of his car?
Have a look at the damage on Lowndes' car after running into the back of James Courtney at turn 5.
Well, if they thought Jamie Whincup's car was bad, wait until they see what's happened to Lowndes'. Alex Davison stuck. Todd Kelly was stuck there.
It's like a wrecking yard.
Mark Winterbottom is the big question. Where is he? What damage has he got? He was the first one to go. The Watts linkage has gone on that as well. The rear is wobbling all over the shop.
There's not much that isn't gone on it. So Winterbottom, here he is. Now, okay, so he's got a big fat zero too. So all three contenders are going to end up with nothing out of this.
This is a joke, hitting.
Yeah, so I needed to see him to understand what could, because this could have been the Formula One scenario where the bloke in third in the championship leaps up and scares everybody at the top end of town. That's not going to happen.
Stay outside there. Louds and Courtney are out at the moment. We're going to try to do something with this and see what we can do. Stay in the car. There's 14 laps to go.
Well, when they pull this off, you watch.
Now,
if they get it off,
I'm going to be interested in whether this gets declared, and if it does, when the declaration happens, if it happens, it could have impact on the result and the championship because of who was leading second, third and so on at the time. But the longer it trickles on...
Well, I'm pretty sure that Jamie Whincup was leading the race. When we go back...
It may not get declared. Depends on how many cars are scattered
So this is what happens. So Whincup follows these guys in. Winterbottom's the first to go. Courtney goes in. Whincup's gone in.
There they are, championship contenders.
Then they punch again. Van Gisbergen gets into the mix. Now you keep an eye on Craig Lowndes, who gets speared over to the left-hand side. There's still cars hitting the fence left, right and centre. And then there's Michael Caruso. Todd Kelly will arrive on the picture sooner or later because he couldn't go anywhere. And then watch this. Oh, that's from Jamie Whincup. There's Courtney. This is a championship moment evaporating in the middle of a rainstorm.
But it's the status quo. So it's a reset for tomorrow. So forget about the championship contenders. They've actually all neutralised each other. Each of the teams and their strategists have neutralised each other.
Check this out. Watch James Courtney's car and Craig Lowndes. Rush.
That sound you can hear is the sound of cash registers ringing. Because that's an expensive act, all that. So I'd forgotten about Winterbottom because I was that focused on these two guys that it was hard to read what was going on. But
the first bloke to crash was Winterbottom.
Yes.
He was the guy that went into the fence first.
Guys, it's all happening here. James Courtney, that's the last thing you needed.
Yeah, it wasn't real good, Brett. It, you know, just massive aquaplane down that back straight. It's, yeah, it's pretty dangerous. So it's, yeah. I don't know what happened with the other guys, so we'll see what happens.
Mate, I have no idea how you keep your cool.
Yeah, it's done now, mate, so no point going crazy about it. We'll just see what happens.
All right, all the best.
Just see if I can dive in here and just grab a quick word. Hey, Jamie, pretty spectacular stuff there, man. Championship changing stuff. Just talk us through what was going, because from a driving point of view, I mean, we've driven cars, we know how hard it is. Engineers saying stay out, mate, hard call.
Yeah, hard call. I'm pissed off now. I didn't come in for wets. I was so close to pulling in before the safety car, but that's the way it goes, mate. We all, I was completely aquaplaning about 100 metres before the corner. We're all just absolutely out of control, hanging on, and just brace for the impact.
And that's what it was, mate. So there was obviously a lot of water flowing across that left-hander there, and it literally did lift the car and straight ahead.
Yeah, the three of us were full aquaplane 100 metres before the corner, and we were just hanging on. Crazy stuff, but if we can get this thing back out there, we can get some points.
Good on you, mate. Well done.
And I reckon if we could have a chat to Mark Winterbottom, he would say exactly the same thing. Those three guys were in exactly the same position at the same time and the same outcome. Aquaplaning into the fence, major damage, almost replica damage across the three cars. The interesting thing there, and you guys were talking about this, was remember on that restart lap, when Jamie Whincup asked Mark Dutton the question, he didn't say, I want to come in. He asked him the question, is it going to keep raining? Well, it's a pretty open-ended question.
Well, but he made a clear statement, we need to be on wets. And we were saying it up here, but the problem that they were all waiting for one of the others to blink. Everybody was waiting and looking at the other guy because they didn't want to give away track position. Meantime, the guys couldn't steer the cars. You know, eventually on a slick tyre, a cold slick tyre, like look at these conditions, there's nothing in there.
That's novel stuff.
Smash up Derby.
May as well come down that way.
He's going to end up in another car.
He's going to run into the other car.
Gee.
May as well not.
What's all that about?
It's not as though he could do any more damage.
Well, he'd already wiped the right-hand rear mirror off, so he couldn't see where that one was, Croppo. That was a car park mistake.
Those mirrors are useless. So they're trying to check out what damage is unfolding in car 5. Mark Winterbottom, it's Matty White here. If you've got me and you know anything that we don't, what can you inform us about the damage to your car?
Yeah, she's not turning. Yeah, I don't know. It was a big hit, mate. I'm surprised I even got back. So, yeah, that one hurt a little. I backed off. I went through the chicane. I backed off. I still couldn't get through there at rolling speed. So, yeah, that was a big one. That hurt a little bit, that one.
It was a bizarre situation, Mark, to see the top 3 championship contenders all go into the wall at exactly the same spot, aquaplaning. So you've all got a similar story of woe.
Yeah. What a bugger. I saw them go in. I thought that was my chance, but yeah, that's the way it goes, mate. It's been a long race, and then the heavens open up. You're on the slick tyre, and that just shows how greasy it is. You know, people probably don't understand how slippery it is, but yeah, I was at walking pace almost going in there, and it just took off. So yeah, that's just how it goes, mate.
Pretty heavy impact. We're just looking at the replay right now. Not only when you hit the wall, you must have known what was coming behind you too.
Yeah, I saw about 15 cars ping-ponging off each other, so yeah, what do you do? It was entertaining anyway.
Well, good on you, Mark. Let's see if you can get back out there.
Doesn't this make you want to have a comeback, Scafey? This is awesome, mate.
Thanks, Frosty.
It's pretty safe in the commentary box, Frosty.
About anything like that, Brett, you'd just be getting 4 wheels on the thing and pushing it down pit lane, getting it out there. What about this? 26 years of age, Jonathan Webb. He won the Fujitsu series. He comes in here into the main game. Oh, they can't get it started.
No, it's running, but they're just having another look at it to make sure it's running okay, and V8 Supercar officials are there just watching. So your point, Matt, Jonathan Webb staring down the gun barrel here of the potential first ever championship win. Courtney back out. He's going to get out on this racetrack. The thing is a mess at the front. He's just got to be able to get around.
And Adrian Burgess just said, be careful, James, be careful.
Real careful. I'll let you know where the leaders are.
So this has got...
Amazing, guys.
It's got nothing to do...
Well, you guys smashed the awesome effort, awesome stuff.
And that's what he's saying. It's got nothing to do with winning the race, but they've won the most important race. The race to get Courtney back on the track. And Courtney's won that race against Winterbottom and Whincup.
I hasten to add that Courtney's got to be super careful, because he can end up back in the wall again with stone cold tyres and geometry all over the place.
Well, he'll just be going trundling around. And Jonathan Webb, well, he's got a different scenario altogether. Remember, we go back to Sandown when Paul Dumbrell won his first race after 242 cracks at it. Well,
strategy there, Jeff. So you've been working on it.
And that makes Webb the 60th driver to win a race in the history of Australian Touring Car Championship and V8 Supercar racing.
And now here's Courtney. He's done 2/3 of this lap. To the second intermediate, he's recorded a 1 minute 28.3. It will be under 3 minutes. And look at this.
Look who's there. His partner in crime.
Walking wounded. These two.
That wheel is almost off that car.
They're just locked together, aren't they?
He'll be lucky to complete this lap. Look at the front right wheel. It's barely holding on. Oh, this is just amazing. You're going to have to burn up the calculators to find out what's happening in the championship. But I'll tell you what's happening. It's going to Sunday.
Courtney did a 2:03. But Whincup hasn't recorded a lap. I'm not sure that Whincup will get classified. We'll check that for you. He hasn't done a lap. He hasn't done a flying lap. So even though Matty is showing 16th, I'm not sure that he'll be classified. But Courtney has done a lap. It's a 2 minute and 3. And congratulations to these two guys, to Jonathan Webb and to Jason Bright, because they are left standing where others couldn't get the job done.